So that's a $6,000 loss for me
for this stuff.
over 3 months. And I won't agree to that.
Gosh, Courtney, you're putting us between a rock and a hard place.
I know, I'm sorry.
Sure there's staff out here that would like to have a raise too.
I'm sure there are staff that would say, pay Courtney what she's worth because we don't want her to leave.
Contract negotiations for Executive Director Courtney Sneed took up the majority of an hour-and-a-half-long Madras Aquatic Center Recreation District board meeting last week.
We started this conversation with me saying, I love my job. I want to be here. I'm not trying to be a pain.
Yeah.
I have to protect my family. I have to protect myself.
Yeah.
Sneed's current salary is nearly $118,000. After an operation levy failed to pass for the district earlier this spring, its budget has been in dire straits. So much so that it's had to close the pool to the public for the entire summer.
We knew that if we stayed open regular hours through the summer, we would have run out of our funding for the entire year. And it's really important for us to be open for the different swim teams, including the high school swim team locally. And so we're trying to prioritize the school year operations for those activities.
Board member Janelle Lewis says, with all of that in consideration, the board struggled to find a salary Sneed would agree to.
I cannot give her a raise. And it's nothing against you, Courtney, at all. You do a fantastic job. I cannot justify it. We're not open.
Even with the pool closed, Lewis says Sneed is still actively working.
The OHA passed some recent updates to the guidelines of what we need to have in place in the facility, and so some of our signage needs to be updated to reflect those new rules and regulations. And there's also been some changes to different policies. And so they're updating a lot of those. She's working on grant writing.
However, Lewis says there's a real possibility Sneed's contract is not renewed once it expires in 2026.
She's got an uphill battle within this community, and we recognize that, and I just don't know that there's a way forward for her with the organization in the future. And so as board members, even though it's a difficult conversation and we know how hard Courtney's worked and we know how valuable she is as an employee with all of her skill sets she brought to this position, we know that that might not be the way we're going to be able to move forward.
The board ultimately motioned to not make any changes to Sneed's contract, leaving that $118,000 salary.